The president was trying very, very hard to actually strike a constructive deal that would have been good for the United States, but frankly, the entire administration agreed if the Iranians were smart enough to have made that agreement.
In diplomatic negotiations, every word matters, and every silence speaks volumes. Tonight, we examine a critical moment where a U.S. official is pressed on one of the most sensitive questions in foreign policy, Iran's nuclear program. The question is direct: will the administration draw a red line on uranium enrichment? But as we'll see, the answer reveals as much about negotiation strategy as it does about policy. Let's break down what's really being said here, and what's deliberately being left unsaid.
To have made that agreement, then it would have been good for them too. We're obviously much more focused tonight on the issues related to U.S.-Armenia cooperation, but I'll let the president speak to...
Notice the careful deflection here. When asked about red lines, a term that carries enormous weight in international relations, the vice president immediately defers to the president, invoking what he calls decisional space. This isn't evasion, it's strategic ambiguity, a cornerstone of diplomatic negotiation. By not publicly committing to specific limits on uranium enrichment, the administration preserves flexibility at the bargaining table. But there's a broader question worth considering. Does this approach strengthen America's negotiating position by keeping adversaries guessing, or does it create uncertainty among allies who need to know where the U.S. stands? The reference to a previous deal that would have been good for them, too, suggests a belief in win-win diplomacy, yet the current administration's approach appears more guarded. What do you think? Is transparency or strategic secrecy more effective in high-stakes diplomacy?
And that means not revealing too many of his cards publicly.
What we've just witnessed is a masterclass in diplomatic non-answers, not because the official is hiding the truth, but because in negotiation, uncertainty can be leverage. The vice president's repeated emphasis on decisional space and not revealing cards publicly underscores a fundamental tension in modern governance: the public's right to know versus the tactical advantages of confidentiality. While critics might call this lack of transparency troubling, defenders would argue it's essential for effective negotiation. The real takeaway? In foreign policy, what isn't said can be just as powerful as what is. So, we want to hear from you. Do you think officials should be more transparent about red lines in negotiations, or does public disclosure weaken America's position? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this breakdown valuable, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe for more in-depth analysis on the stories shaping global politics. Thanks for watching.